Here is the cover of the New York Times 1 year ago that Caroline Levitt tweeted out moments ago. Again, other people have already sent this to me. Trump storms back. He defeats Harris and caps his resurgence from outcast to felon to president-elect. And of course, he did that to a large extent on the back of saying Joe Biden could not deal with the affordability issue. Inflation was out of control. Well, the president now has his own affordability issue. New York Post today, extraordinary story, 105, saying big problem, dollars and cents. Trump touts affordability while inflation rages across the U.S. on everything from food to furniture to cars. This story was not edited by Sean M. Spicer because it has a lot of data in there that suggests, yes, inflation is a problem. The president pummeled by two brilliant op-ed writers, columnists in the Wall Street Journal, Matthew Continetti, who I believe is his first column for the Journal in his new job, and Kim Strassel, both writing columns saying the Republicans led by the president need a plan on affordability, and they need to do it quickly or they're going to have a horrible midterm. So in order to address affordability, the president of the United States decided to speak out in ways that Dan will find hilarious. He already does because he's seen this. This is the president of the United States auditioning some really focused, powerful lines on affordability. 104, please.
Talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me. At a later time, our energy costs are way down, our groceries are way down, everything is way down, and the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. You know, I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration, that's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. That they do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals. 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all. It's down at a very low number and a very normal number. So the affordability is much better with the Republicans. The only problem is the Republicans don't talk about it. And Republicans should start talking about it and use their heads because we have great numbers. We have and they're going to only get better when all these jobs open up, all these factories open up that are being built all over our country. We are building auto plants. We're building AI plants. We're leading in AI over China and everybody else. When all of these plants start opening, we're going to have a revolution, a positive revolution, economic revolution like never before. Thank you very much, everybody.
Dan, you know I only rarely violate my no two-part question rule, but I will now on the occasion of the president's anniversary of his resounding election. Number one, how intimidating.
One of the closest elections ever.
Yeah,
Let's just
exactly.
Be clear. Yeah.
Well, he won all 7 battleground states. How intimidating, how overpowering is that and focused is that message on the economy? And number two, I'd like you to unleash your inner Daniel Dale and fact check what the president said.
Well, how powerful is that? I joked with you prior to coming on air. I don't know who may run that clip more in ads, Democrats or Republicans. I mean, hat tip to Leland Vitter, who ran a segment the other night, literally playing what Joe Biden said and Donald Trump said, and they are almost carbon copies. Gas is coming down. Biden actually in a press conference said, Thanksgiving's cheaper this year. Trump sounds so tone deaf. He can't bring himself to feel your pain. Instead, he tells you there is no pain and we're winning. Like, it's how he operates. So I think the problem that they have are two things. One, if we just look at the last 2 months, I don't think I've heard big, beautiful bill. I don't think I've heard tax cuts. I don't think I've heard anything on kind of a lot of the substance of your life. I've heard Israel, Ukraine, crime. The Wall Street Journal ran a story in August. We talked about it one show. Trump reportedly said that part of the crime crackdown was he doesn't want to talk about the economy. He's great at shiny red balls. So you can do what he did, and all we have to do is hold up people's lives saying food is more expensive, clothes are more expensive, healthcare is more expensive. Keep telling everyone it's not true.
Do you got any fact check on that? What he said?
What's that? That gas is down? Sure. And you know what? In a week, gas could be up. Does anyone want to bet on
No, but overall, did he say anything you said wasn't true? I mean, for instance, some people say the Thanksgiving thing he's doing is
food. Some walk into your grocery store. Some food things are down. Some are way up. I mean, again, you're telling people they're wrong. That what they're experiencing is wrong. I mean, Sean, every poll has said this for 5 months. Yep. Focus group said
so. Let's. I know, Mark. You did a very good Daniel Dale, which is not actually look at. I'm not gonna.
So you're gonna tell people that what they're
no. Here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you the facts. So right now, Walmart put out the cost of their annual Thanksgiving meal. It's $41.92. That's down 25% from last year. That's a fact.
But it's substituted generic Walmart products for brand names.
They're just
by the way,
good.
can we? All right, because I want to mention
good, but it's not the same.
If you have not listened to the McDonald's earnings call the other day, go listen to the CEO talk about the 15% decline in working class customers who in their focus group said, and I'm going to quote, the cost of clothing, rent, healthcare, childcare is too much for them.
Okay,
so they are not buying
McDonald's. But what besides that? Sean, your comparison, I just got to get this line and then it's floor yours. It's like your comparison's like a turkey to a McTuckin. Like they're not the same. They changed the whole basket.
So here's what I would say. It is factual that most prices, gas, eggs, bread, have gone down. That is a fact. Okay. Here's the deal. I believe where the Trump administration is missing the mark is that if you think about when Trump left office, and I'm just making this up, things were $3. They went to $5 under Biden. Biden said, don't believe it. It's transitory, whatever. That's different. What's happened in a lot of cases is prices have gone down to say $4, where the Trump administration, I think, needs to do a better job is sort of inserting the comma. We're doing better. We need to do more. We know that we're working hard to get you back to where you were, right? The bottom line is in Trump's mind, and I get what he's doing. He's looking at the price of gas, et cetera, and it's going down. But it's not where it was when he left office. And I think that's where the comma comes in, which is he has to say, guys, things are going in the right direction. To your point, Dan, I know it's not where we need to be finally. I'm going to continue to fight for you, right? They've got to acknowledge that they're halfway there. Yes, you're doing a good job, but the guy who's losing weight and says, I need to lose 50 pounds. When you lose 10, you don't go, well, I'm there. You go, hey, I've done a great job. I'm making progress to my goal. And the Trump administration needs to say, we're making progress. We've done a lot in the 9 months that we've been in office. There's more to do. Things like beef, we get it. But he tackled the egg issue. He tackled gas. I mean, there's things he's doing, and they just need to acknowledge that the job isn't done.
And they need to acknowledge that people are suffering, because what you just said is what Biden couldn't bring himself to do.
Right.
Biden could not say, Biden's view was, we passed all this stuff. It's coming down as obvious. I am not going to sit there and say there's more to do. And I agree with you.
There's a couple of things. And we saw, I mentioned this yesterday at the meeting. And then I know that yesterday, I'll admit that I didn't see part 2 of the drug press conference after the dude passed out. So I don't know that it came up in the second part when they reconvened it. But they're missing the comma, which is, it's not just about healthcare. It's about, this is a major, if you're on GLP-1s and you're spending $1,000 to $1,500 and they get them down to $149, that's real savings in your life, $800 plus a month, right? They should be talking about the why. It's not just that they're doing it to expand healthcare. It's whatever it is. Okay. So get rid of drugs. Talk about when you're in Japan and Mr. Toyota tells you he's going to invest whatever it was, $4 billion. Then the comma comes in, because I want to expand jobs in America. I want more investment in America, and that's going to help American families grow and prosper and da-da-da-da. They're missing the comma, right? And that's the problem, is why are you doing it? You're doing it because Americans are struggling, and you get it, and you want them to have more money in their pocket, et cetera.
Yeah. They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.